Hello everyone, tonight more than 2,700 firms wiped off the official list of registered companies for failing to file their annual returns.
What that means is that people doing business with them are doing so at their own risk because they have not been made active to do business with. If you want to bring these companies back into the register, they would necessarily have to go through the courts.
Senior research fellow at the Institute for Fiscal Studies, Dr. Said Boache, blames inflation surge on the country's rising debt.
If the government wants to get a handle on inflation, it has to solve the problem in the agricultural sector through effective policy, and it has to solve the fiscal problem.
And there's been a lot of talk about pensions this week. Have you wondered how the informal sector workers plan for retirement?
My
children are my end of service benefits. I am
We have a report just ahead. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us tonight. We've got details of those stories and others coming up in this half hour of business news. Do stay with us. And thanks for joining us once again on Business Live. My name is Darryl Kwao. More than 2,700 firms have been removed from the official list of the companies registered by the Registrar General's Department. The firms failed to file their annual returns after several warnings by the department. Yes, the Registrar General, Jemima Oware.
What that means is that people doing business with them are doing so at their own risk because they have not been made active to do business with. If you want to bring these companies back into the register, they would necessarily have to go through the courts. And at the court's own discretion, they can bring them back and put them back on the register. And so this is going to happen within the next 12 years. After 12 years, the name will fall back into the public domain and anybody can pick up that name. But between now and 4 years, nobody can pick up the name until, the courts either bring it back or they don't take action on it. And then somebody else can pick up the name after 12 years. I've given them enough notice. These notices started since 2019, but they did not take us seriously. And what we did was we actually called each company's officers. We called them up and explained to them that there was the need for them to come and update their records. Some came to update. In fact, it was more than this, but some have come to update, and therefore they didn't get taken off the register. But some just didn't even have the right information in our system, in the sense that you call them and they'll tell you that, they are no more interested in carrying on their business. So the option then, of course, is now court. If they really want to come back onto the register, they should go through the courts and then we'll put them back.
Senior research fellow with the Institute for Fiscal Studies is blaming Ghana's rising inflation rate on challenges in the agri sector as well as the country's rising debt stock. According to Dr. Said Boache, increased borrowing is causing inflationary pressures, resulting in a higher demand for fuel goods and services. Speaking on the marketplace, he also raised concerns about challenges with the transportation of agri produce from the farm gates to a ready market.
There are many sources. One is exchange rate, and you realize that getting to Christmas, exchange rate began to be quite unstable. Depreciation of the cedi picked up, and it is translating into inflation. But why were we having this exchange rate difficulty? Of course, the Christmas, business activities are part of it.
Yeah.
But you can see that it is not every year that such a thing happens. The government finances are really a problem in the sense that there's so much debt burden hanging on the country. And a big component of this is owed to foreigners, and you need to service it. When you want to service it, you need foreign exchange. So demand for foreign currency will go up, and it will exert pressures on depreciation of the cedi, will translate into inflation. So these are the factors that are translating into inflation. So if the government wants to get a handle on inflation, it has to solve the problem in the agricultural sector through effective policy. It has to solve the fiscal problem. Do as much as the government can to help solve the fiscal problem.
Well, let's turn to local manufacturing, because billions of dollars are lost annually because of unnecessary repair works that are carried out on manufacturing machines and equipment that have not been properly maintained and lubricated. That makes the lubricants market very important. My next guest works in that space. I'm joined by Ebenezer Ni Takilae, who is Chief Operating Officer and National Sales Manager at Dutilex Company Limited, which is this weekend opening a new oil terminal which would further boost the market. Great to have you on Business Live tonight. Before we talk about the oil terminal, how would you describe the lubricants market in Ghana?
All right. Thank you very much, Daryl. Daryl, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. So thank you very much, Daryl. My name is Mr. Ebenezer Lai, as you said, and I work with Dutilex Company Limited. Actually, if you look at the lubricant market, basically you realize that the industry is a little bit choked with the influx of low-grade lubricants. This is causing, most of these manufacturing companies to spend a lot or increase their budget on maintenance. It's really an area that I believe that we should have some form of how do you call it regulation. It should be regulated, and I can tell you on authority, 60% of the lubricants on the Ghanaian market do not actually cut it. You have a lot of lubricants that doesn't meet the standards when it comes to lubrication of machinery in this country, and even vehicles, because it's an area that we Ghanaians have really not been educated, because every specific engine or machine needs specific lubricants, and you do not run lubricants or use any form of lubricants for any machine, because per the OEM specifications, you need to have right lubricants to go along with the various machines that all these manufacturing and mining companies are actually using. This is what is causing a lot of breakdowns, and it's rather unfortunate that when we import heavy-duty machines into the country, very expensive machines, and we have a lot of lubricant-related breakdowns. But that is why Dutilex is here to try to solve that situation.
And I guess it's very expensive to repair those machines once they break down. So, for instance, your firm, how long has it been in the space here in Ghana? Tell me a bit more about how you are meeting the needs of industry as far as equipment lubrication is concerned.
All right, so thank you for that, Daryl. Dutilex has been in the lubricant space technically for about 3 years now. And our biggest partner, which is Petro-Canada, we represent Petro-Canada not just in Petro-Canada Lubricants, not just in Ghana, but in the whole of West Africa and Central Africa as well. This partnership has been very, very strong. We have seen that it is high time Ghanaians actually get products that are right for the use of lubrication on their machinery and all that. So we believe that Ghanaians actually deserve quality in this particular space. We are not just into the supply of lubricants or that's what people say, supply of lubricants and all that, but we also offer oil analysis, we offer lubrication training, and we also offer support as well to all our clients. Currently, we are having the highest quality lubricant on the market when it comes to all our range of lubricants, especially, for example, we are looking at our 15W40, which is an API CK4. We are doing Group 3 base oils, which is the highest on the Ghanaian market now. We are beating all the competition actually. So for us, we have been in the system, we have been around for 3 years, but we are really going very fast because of the quality of the products.
All right, so this weekend you open a new terminal. Is located at Takwa, I believe. What is your target market? I believe is the mining sector too, and how would it further boost your operations over there?
Okay, so thank you very much. We strategically located the oil terminal in Takwa because we have done a little bit of research, and we realized that we needed to really support the mining community. We have had instances of situations whereby we meet maintenance managers and they complain about the lubricants that they are getting on site. And based on this, we said, okay, we need to get this solution closer to the mining community. So we really invested some very huge sums of money in setting up this ultra-modern lubricant terminal, purely because with respect to the mining community, one thing they look out for is capacity. And this is a very strong statement to tell the mining community that Utilex Petro-Canada has come of age and is willing to support the mining industry and the manufacturing industry with cutting-edge solutions from this organization.
Well, speak of manufacturing, is it your plan to venture into producing the lubricants here in future?
For now, Daryl, I believe that we want to take it step by step. We are, a growing institution, but we are really growing really fast. The thing is, we have a very strong representation with Petro-Canada, and Petro-Canada Lubricants is actually supporting us in this particular space. And so it's a very strong bond or strong partnership that we have. And possibly maybe in the future, we will look at certain collaborations, but our collaboration with Petro-Canada is what we are going with, and we want to support the Ghanaian market with that. For actually producing lubricants, no, not now, but our partnership is possibly going to look at maybe Petro-Canada coming to extend or set up a base within the in Ghana, which will serve the West African, community as well. So it's the whole it's something that possibly in the future we will look at. Not, to blend the oils ourselves, but Petro-Canada coming down to actually set up certain facilities.
All right. Ebenezer Lai, Chief Operating Officer, Utilex Company Limited, thanks for your time. This evening, we are grateful. You're watching Business Live. Now, at the top of the hour, we are going to bring you Joy Business Social. This week, we are talking about mentoring and networking and how to make it work. Our guest will be the CEO of Premium Africa Holdings, Farouk Highland. That's at the top of the hour. Don't miss this interesting conversation, especially as we aim to build an entrepreneurial nation. That's at 6 p.m. across our social media platforms. I hope you join us in 45 minutes across our social media platforms for Joy Business Social. Still to come, there's been a lot of talk about pensions this week. Have you wondered how informal sector players plan for retirement?
My children are my end of service benefits. I am not bothered, I have not
Welcome back to our program tonight. Workers in the informal sector face many problems as they get older and retire. Many people have hung on to misconceptions and falsehoods about pensions throughout the years, but the failure to set up a pension plan frequently places financial burden on children of retirees. Now, in this report, Love FM's Mona Lisa Frimpong delves into the myths and intrigues of informal sector retirement.
Many in the informal sector cringe at the mention of pension or end-of-service benefits. 74-year-old Obapenin Ya Ampoma sits at Aja Market in Kumasi selling yam. She has been selling this food commodity since age 9. At age 77, she should have retired, but she is unable to do so.
I survive by selling tubers.
Obapenin Ampoma had little education on pension contributions. She is rather hoping her retirement needs will be taken care of by her children.
My children are my end-of-service benefits.
Her situation is no different from that of 77-year-old Alhaji Yauza Yakubu. He owns a shop at Abuabu Station in Kumasi. Pension trustee companies have attempted to get him to sign up, but Alhaji Yakubu is unbothered about monthly contributions for pensions. In situations of invalidity, he is positive his children will take care of him with proceeds from his business.
Pension fund management companies have tried to convince me, but I have refused to give in.
Data from the National Pensions Regulatory Authority reveals that the informal sector employs almost 80 to 85% of the Ghanaian working populace. However, many players in the informal sector have little or no education about contributing towards pensions or planning towards retirement. And this causes most of them to live below the poverty line during their old age. Retirees without any awaiting retirement funds become financially dependent on their children. 23-year-old Seidu Fuseini is a trotro mate at Tech Junction. He earns 30 cedis daily, but is forced to share with his ailing mother.
They are about 70 years and then 85 years going. So when you come to work, you work maybe a day, you get 30 cedis. You give share or amount of them, and then you also take half. I mean, you buy food and you buy clothing, you buy everything. So when the work is not good, you cannot get money and give them.
28-year-old Yao Danso is also unhappy with the financial pressure he goes through when he is just about starting life.
Our parents are living in bad conditions, but we split our income with them.
Many informal sector workers wish they were rolled on to pension schemes. However, trust issues and misconceptions are keeping them away.
Our contributions get locked up at the fund management companies. I am not bothered to have not
The misconception has posed a challenge to efforts of governments and agencies to extend the coverage of pensions to the informal sector workers. Alex Owusu-Boakye is zonal head of the National Pensions Regulatory Authority, Ashanti.
Well, before we started, there was contribution 0. And it went up 1%, 2, 3, 4, now it's 6%. And we are aiming at 40%. If you are able to get that 40% by 2026, that will be very, very huge. And it is good for the economy as well. The GDP will definitely go up.
Well, in a few years, it is estimated that 3 billion people will be found in the aging population. And what impact would it have on our society? Especially when in Ghana, most of our aging population are performing traditional roles, are found in the informal sector, making little or no pension contributions at all, not planning towards their retirement. We await to see the economic pressure it is going to have on the working class who are forced to support their aging parents. From Kumasi for Joy News, Mona Lisa Frempong reporting.
Now, Vodafone Ghana Foundation says it will partner with more organizations as part of a strategy to support the growth of small and medium-scale enterprises. According to its head, Amaris Nane Pebi, the foundation will expand and reach out to more SMEs to aid in the fight against unemployment. He was speaking at the Vodafone Ghana Foundation and Sustainability Review session on its various initiatives and project impact for the past year. The charity arm of Vodafone Ghana believes unemployment can be curbed when SMEs are supported in their quest to grow and expand. It said it will embark on more collaborations this year to reach out to individuals and communities across the country. Here's head of Vodafone Ghana Foundation, Amaris Nane Pebi.
Last year, looking at the year in review, we partnered with the UNDP to activate women that are in small-scale industry, making sure that we set up businesses for 2,000 women up north. And also going forward this year, we are looking at such opportunities where we widen the horizon of women entrepreneurs and people that are in small-scale businesses on the aspect of our sustainability portfolio through our foundation support. Vodafone Ghana Foundation has impacted over 8.5 million lives as at last year, and we hope to do more this year and the years ahead.
Some partners of the foundation shared the impact made over the years.
So the Vodafone Healthline TV program has been in inception since last year, 2020, April, till date. From then, we've answered about 30,000 calls, and it's been quite impactful. I think the most significant aspect is that we've indeed been saving lives. During a period where we're talking about mental health, we had people call in, and a number of people actually called in to say that they're on the verge of suicide, and we were able to talk them out of it and link them to an appropriate team to handle.
Working with Vodafone Ghana Foundation has been amazing. So currently with the 321 service, it's a free on-demand service available on Vodafone. So basically it works like a local Google where you can phone in and listen to information on health, weather, news, entertainment, sexual and gender-based violence. So we have 5 local languages currently available on the 321 service. We have Dagbani, Hausa, Twi, Ga, Ewe, and then we have English as well. So partnership with Vodafone Foundation has made it easier for people to now access this information, and they do not necessarily need to have like the smartest phone. You can have this information available on your YAM phone, and also you do not necessarily have to speak English in order to consume this information.
Vodafone Ghana Foundation was created to support sustainable initiatives that drive social change, improve people's lives, and solve pressing social needs. James Ishan's report for Joy Business. And thanks for watching our program tonight. That's Business Live. There's more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. We have more on our top story tonight. You want to check it out, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for watching.